hours today. The academic procession will move off the stage, and then the graduates, as you will be then, will join in 2 rows at a time, and we process all the way down to the refreshment booth where we have drinks and nibblies waiting for you, give you a chance to catch up with family and friends, take some more photos and just relax. Okay, so all in all, very easy process. We'll make sure that everything happens seamlessly for you and you get presented on stage and you'll be looking your best. So all you need to do now is just make sure you relax and just enjoy the afternoon, and congratulations and good luck. Okay? Well done.
We would like to welcome our graduates, families and friends here on what is a very special day for you, your Macquarie University graduation ceremony. Firstly, I would like to ask you all to please ensure that your mobile phone has been switched off. There are a couple of items I need to run through before the ceremony starts. Firstly, you are all welcome to take photographs during the ceremony. However, we do ask that you remain in your seats so that you do not impede the view of the other guests. Under no circumstances should anyone stand in the centre aisle or approach the stage. Please note that the ceremony will be streamed live on the Macquarie University YouTube channel. Should we have a situation that requires us to evacuate the building, please follow the instructions of our security staff. There are 4 exits from the graduation hall, 1 in each corner of the building, 2 in the back corners and 2 in the front. You will also find our safety information on the back page of your program. Plaques, frames and photography services are available in the atrium next to the refreshments marquee. If you have pre-ordered a frame or plaque, please make sure you collect it there today. Handshake photographs will also be available for preview in the atrium after the ceremony. In a moment, the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan, AO, accompanied by the academic procession, will enter the graduation hall. When the procession has arrived on the stage, Advance Australia Fair will be performed and you're invited to join in the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the academic procession.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Mr. Tobin.
Thank you. Orami everyone, Nalawa. Good afternoon and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and for the invitation to welcome you here this afternoon. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family in fact descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bulungari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement is our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when clan groups were smaller and abided by the strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back got distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we do it right. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered at Botany Bay as one of the happiest people he had ever met. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, they made shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive tilling. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts or jails. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state, with fire and respectful and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways were clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of the creeks here as they have done for the past 20,000 years. So remember, this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life for the longest time, and not so very long ago. So I don't think there is any reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a whole lot more of us now, but we're a clever people and there's still much magic in the world. So I would say, expect great and wonderful things from your lives. Life is good and we are meant to be happy. I'd also counsel you to keep following the promptings of that beautiful spirit that got you this far. And don't be shy sharing your skills with the rest of us. Together we can put together a world and a future that is kind and just and worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Welcome to country. Yano.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan, AO.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Before I do anything, I would like to thank all of those people who have brought their children and their babies to this afternoon's graduation. And I mean that sincerely. We like children and we like babies at our graduations, so don't be embarrassed if they start to cry or wail or make a noise. We've discovered from long experience that a baby that cries throughout a graduation ceremony is back within 25 years to take out their first PhD. So it's a very, very good sign. Well, ladies and gentlemen, graduands, boys and girls, it's my very great privilege as Chancellor of Macquarie University to preside at this very important ceremony today. First, I welcome all of our graduands. 131 of you, I'm told. That's quite a big group, and I hope that you all have an absolutely fantastic day. But you'll only enjoy the day if you relax. Some of you look very serious, and some a little bit nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. I'm told you have already passed your exams, so you're here to collect a degree that acknowledges that. And nothing can go wrong today. The worst thing that can happen is that the trencher falls off when you come up here. That sometimes happens, or someone trips, and that often happens with the young ladies with their big high-heeled shoes. But that's okay, that's what these people are here for. They're to pick you up and send you on your way and make sure you haven't got it hurt. So sit back, enjoy the day, because you deserve to enjoy it and you deserve to take pride in your graduation. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. Today I also want to welcome, and especially welcome, those of you sitting on that side of the room or behind our graduands as their invited guests, because you've all done well too. The very fact that you're here, the fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great days of their lives is proof positive that you've been very, very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. Now, I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role. I have another service for you to perform, a very important service for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too shy to proclaim their own success, please make sure you do it for them. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Now, clearly, Macquarie University is not one of them. We're only a young university. We celebrated our 50th Jubilee only last year. We proudly take our name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. Now, those of us who went to school in New South Wales learned that Macquarie was a great builder. And that's true, he was. But his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. It was instead the ethos he established, much to the annoyance of the British authorities, of an egalitarian society. Because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony there be no distinction between the free and the freed that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And that is the legacy that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. After our first 50 years, we now have more than 160,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. We are a very modern and outward-looking university. We are one of Australia's leading research universities, and that's not an idle boast. For example, I'm sure that today most of you at some stage have had the benefit of using Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi, of course, is a very, very significant development of recent years, but Wi-Fi was not developed at Harvard University or Stanford University or Oxford or Cambridge or the ANU or Melbourne or Sydney University. It was developed by Macquarie University scientists and CSIRO scientists. So that's quite a feather in our cap. Also, as well as extending our research, we have been extending our facilities over the recent years. On your way here today, you may have seen our new, relatively new, Macquarie University Hospital, which is only a few years old. We are the only university in Australia with its own private hospital, which we not only own but operate as well. And as well as being used for its primary purpose of treating sick people, it's also used by the postgraduate medical students and academics in our still new medical faculty. And by the way, it is a great hospital. I can attest to that personally. I was a patient for 3 days just almost 2 years ago, and the standard of care and the level of attention that you receive is absolutely first class, especially when you're the Chancellor, so I can recommend it to you. We're also proud of our still relatively new library, the first university library in Australia and perhaps still the only one with an automated book retrieval system. And only the year before last we opened our Australian Hearing Hub, which is a world-leading institute in hearing and language sciences. So we're looking forward and we're on the move. Here at Macquarie, we have a very clear and straightforward mission, and that mission is to transform people's lives and to improve the lives not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as a lifelong member of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Well, now, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Professor Chris Turney. Chris is an Australian and British Professor of Earth Science and author of 3 popular science books. He's an Australian Research Council Laureate Fellow and Professor of Climate Change at the University of New South Wales, where he and his team are focusing their efforts on using the past to better understand the causes and impacts of future environmental change. Professor Turney investigates past and future climates, how people have responded to change, and recent evolution and migration. He does this in a hands-on fashion. He digs down into the ice of Antarctica for core samples, the depths of a volcanic crater, or searches for hobbit fossils across Indonesia. He has stories to tell and bring to life. I now invite Professor Turney to deliver the occasional address. Please welcome Professor Turney.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends. It's a great honour to be celebrating this special day with you, a day when you graduate from one of the great Australian universities. But it's also a day for reflection, to consider where you've come from and where you're going. And in that spirit, I would like to share with you 2 short stories. The first story happened just over a century ago, when a little-known Sydney postcard photographer leapt onto a departing train from Central Station. On board was a young explorer called Douglas Mawson, soon to set out and lead the first Australian science expedition to the Antarctic. But he needed help. There was little, if any, government funding for science. At the time, you needed to connect to the public, to inspire, to infuse them, to support your work. Telling a public science mattered wasn't good enough. You needed to show them why. Mawson needed a photographer. Lost in thought, a young, out-of-breath, wild-haired man suddenly burst into Mawson's apartment. His name was Frank Hurley. Over the next 3 hours, Hurley regaled Mawson with what he would do to make the Antarctic expedition a public success. There would be no limits to his efforts. He had no experience of polar climbs. To be honest, no one really did. But that didn't matter. What he did have was to have a burning desire to be the best photographer in Australia. A few days later, Mawson sent Hurley a letter offering the position on the expedition. Hurley's family wasn't quite so sure about what to make of all this. Antarctic exploration was the Edwardian equivalent of space travel. He was disappearing off the edge of a map for at least a year to face who knew what dangers. His mother was so concerned, she wrote to Mawson, pleading with him not to take her son. Imagine that. Even Hurley's mum didn't want him to go. But Hurley persevered. Over the next year, this Sydney cameraman learnt the skills to become one of the finest photographers this country has ever produced. Landing at Cape Denison in the East Antarctic, Hurley found himself in what the Guinness Book of Records describes as the windiest place in the world, where winds can reach 200 kilometres an hour, threatening to smash the expedition hut to bits, where a journey outside could be a walk into oblivion, where men were regularly lifted by the winds and thrown to the ground, or worse, out to sea. And yet in this environment, Hurley thrived. He loved it, pushing himself and the technology to their very limits. He strived for perfection, taking iconic images and making the first ever movie documentary. They revealed an entirely new continent, Antarctica's violent and extreme weather, the playful penguins and seals, the ocean's fickleness. Suddenly, the Antarctic was real to people. It was no longer words on a page. Hurley changed the way we saw the world. Just over a year ago, I was fortunate enough to lead a remarkable group of people to the East Antarctic. Raising private funds, we found a greatly different place to the one that Mawson and Hurley lived and worked. Trapped behind 65 kilometres of sea ice, ships can no longer visit this special place. Finding a way for a maze of trapped icebergs, bewildered penguins and dozing seals, we finally reached the Edwardian base in breathlessly still conditions with temperatures that soared above zero. Digging out the icebound hut, we stepped into the eerily quiet hut. Inside was a small cupboard, just large enough for a single person to stand. It was Hurley's darkroom. Written in pencil on the panelling was a simple statement: near enough is not good enough. Be a Frank Hurley, find your passion, and be the best. The second story really reflects on something that you've learnt, all those experiences that make you, you, and how something, no matter how small, can change your life. My experience began more modestly with a potato. Nearly 30 years ago, I was a young, lanky teenager. At home on a rare evening when my parents actually went out, I was left with a microwave oven, a device new to households at the time. Opinions differ between my father and I on who advised what, but the bottom line is I didn't understand the difference between a microwave and a conventional oven. I set the timer to cook on high power for a shocking 40 minutes. The inevitable result, as you can imagine, was a house filled with smoke and panic as I thought I was about to burn the house down. It was a sort of painful experience you have. We've all had something similar, I hope, maybe not as bad as that, where you desperately try to forget and move on. But I couldn't really ever forget. That glowing black lump where the potato had once been was seared on my mind. Years later, my life took me into a career of looking at climate change and trying to understand the effects of carbon in the atmosphere. One day, talking to my parents, the image of a charred mass thrown outside the door came to my mind. It held the nugget of an idea and resulted in a New Zealand company we call Carbonscape. and it's flourishing. Since Carbonscape's formation, the team has gone from strength to strength, winning patents and prizes around the world for using microwave energy to turn plant material into sustainable fuels and other green products. And all from a burnt potato. Don't forget your burnt potato moment. Today is a celebration of a remarkable achievement, the culmination of years of work, of receiving rightful recognition for all the effort you've invested in your education. It's easy to think this is it, but it's really the beginning. The ideas and skills you've created at Macquarie, the friends you've made, your family, will lay the foundation of your future success. Be inspired by what you're doing and never stop learning. I wish you all the very best for the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Chris, for those great stories. I was thinking about your potato story. I had a similar one, although it didn't actually come to anything. I like cooking potatoes in their jackets in the oven. And the other day, for some reason, I looked into the back of the oven and I found there were 2 potatoes there that had obviously been there for about 8 years. They were like 2 pieces of hard coal. I don't know when I put them there, but so I can identify with your potato story. Although, as I say, whilst it led to great things in your case, it hasn't led to anything in mine. But they were fabulous stories, and remember the Hurley one too. It really is important that you try to be the best at whatever you do and approach it with great passion. Chris, thank you very much for being such an important part of our ceremony today, and I think he deserves another great round of applause. Well, graduands, I mentioned earlier that you had nothing to worry about, and that's true, but we come now to the key part of the ceremony, the reason we're here, the conferring of degrees, and it's the only part of the ceremony that worries me a little bit, because I was told many years ago that if I conferred a degree on someone who was not eligible to receive it, there was nothing I could do to take it back. So I have to make absolutely certain that each of you is qualified to graduate, that none of you were ever late in submitting an assignment, and that none of you ever missed a class. So I'm going to call upon the Acting Registrar, Craig Oliver, to give me all of those assurances. Craig.
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees and diplomas they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees or diplomas please stand?
That's you, believe it or not. Graduands. Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees and diplomas for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie University and one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, which continue to be in high demand both domestically and internationally. Graduates have recorded employment levels and starting salaries well above the average for all Australian business schools. Research in this faculty is cutting edge and innovative and feeds into teaching, giving students the best possible learning experience. This faculty includes research and study areas in accounting, actuarial studies, applied finance, economics, management and marketing. Chancellor, I now call on Professor Mark Gabbett, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics, to present the graduates. Professor Gabbett.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Actuarial Studies, Stephanos Wijaya. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance with the Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Anurag Bhargava. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance, Hong Nguyen Nguyen. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Oshin Araklian. Warabek Gur Aul. Lucinda Kathleen Baldwin. Jennifer Maria Bogias. Stephanie Hillary Brandon. Sema Jengis. Jing Chen. Zhong Liang Chen. Ka Kit Cheong. Andrew Collis. Marie Grace Cortez. Rosanna Grace Craig. Matthew Dragicevic. Alicia Sonia Egulian. Minelli Eliassian. Zhu Chan Xiong. Chi Kwan Jessica Ip. Jessica Alice Knight. Pak Ko Pako Lam. Song Ah Lee. Ang Lee. Aldo Losurdo. Agok Martin Machier. Andrew James McAuliffe. Andrea McDermott. Madeline Charlotte Nelson. Samuel Nicholson. Joanna Marie Pittaway. Laura Jane Shorrock. Gurpreet Kaur Tour. Mudalage Donna Chandima Roshini Walpola. Xiaodan Wang. Japheth James Walker Wiley. Amanda Lucy Yap. Peter Graham Clark Yates. Zilei Zhang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Kimberly Marie Allen. Ho Chung Ao. Asha Jane de Cruz. Taylor Conestabo. Ka Fei Law. Nikisha Mishra. Daniela Oriskovich. Jia Yu Wang. Dan Yang. Hao Ran Yang. Jie Yang. Ting Ran Yang. Wan Jie Yang. Yu Xin Yao. Ming Yi. Yu Yi. Yuk Chun Yip. Man Tse Yu. Chia Rin Yong. Julie Youssef. Meng Xiao Yu. She Lam Yu. Ran Yuan. Ming Hon Darrell Yuen. Mary Joy Zalecki. Hao Shen Zhang. Regina Zhang. Bo Xin Zhang. Bo Yang Zhang. Chang Chen Zhang. Chu An Zhang. Mang Ru Zhang. Qian Qiang Zhang. Wei Shu Zhang. Jia Huan Zhao. Yanan Zhao. Zetong Zhao. Wei Xuan Zheng. Han Zheng. Chunyang Liu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting. Bing Chen Suen. Yue Wan Yang. Zhao Yu Zhang. Se Yu Yang. Zhengming Ye. Hyojin Yum. Yi Na Yun. Helena Yu. Hongsheng Yu. Jiao Yu. Lisa Yu. Meng Lu Yu. Chenxia Zheng. Hang Jie Zhao. Jin Wen Zhao. Rotong Zhao. Shengzhe Zheng. Xiangyu Zhong. Jingru Zhou. Xinyi Zhou. Hongchao Zhu. Andrew Alexander Ziviani. Govinderjit Singh. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Daniel James Kassar. Joshua Cavalieri. Brendan Johnson. Richard John Maroon. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting Professional. Se Hui Wang. Shan Ying Zhang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Finance. Adrian Auld. Ivy Buenaventura. Robert James Cameron. Stasia Harding. Lachlan Giblet Hay Hendry. Jianping Huang. Sabi Khan. Apurva Anil Kandalkar. Mark David Lewis. Viet Guang Nguyen. Atap Kirit Oja. Thomas Pack. Thomas William Rowe. Mark Ryan. Samiran Sawant. Tarindu Senaratna. Jie Sui. Michael Joseph Susky. Jonathan Earnshaw Tidswell. Richard Toka. Huang Dat Chung. Hei Ching Wang. Albert Hu Fei Wong. Tiang Hov Yi. Manly Hoi Man Yuen. Minjie Ju. Zhejuin Swin. I present the graduate from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management, admitted to the degree of Master of Business Administration, Kylie Marie Flament. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Anthony Brian Carlton, for a thesis entitled Investigating the Discount on Trade Sale Transactions. Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates in the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Chancellor, I now call on Mr. Vikas Vareddy, who has graduated today with a Master of International Business with Master of International Relations, and Mr. Richard Toka, who has graduated today with a Master of Applied Finance, to give the graduate response on behalf of the graduating group. Mr. Vareddy and Mr. Toka.
Chancellor, distinguished faculty, fellow graduates and proud parents, good afternoon and welcome to the graduation ceremony. Today, to be among all the graduates is truly and genuinely an honor. Today, the most important thing is we all look amazing in these gowns. So we all have made it. For those who've been here for 2 years to those who've been here for 10 years, the survivors, congratulations. Our journey to reach here has been marked by our own academic, personal and professional achievements. For some, this encompassing journey has been a more difficult journey to reach here than others. My personal journey has certainly been a positive journey overall, although I must admit it's been marked by dark times and difficulties. I'm blessed to have found mentors who have helped me get over my difficult times. Mr. Dominic Verti, the Chair of Academic Senate, who devoted time out of his busy schedule to ensure that I never lost sight of the end during my difficult times. While I was lucky in many ways, I know for other graduates, incredible amounts of sacrifice and difficulties were inherent in their journeys. The experience of undertaking university studies has helped shape our personalities by the way we've learned how to juggle tasks, the balance between different worlds and different spheres. For each and every graduate here, many number of people have made very special mark along a journey. On this note, I would like to thank the dedicated university staff, parents, grandparents, siblings, and friends of all the graduates. Thank you for empowering each of these graduates along the path of success. Today, we're filled with the spirit of optimism and ready for the adventure of our lives. We are about to enter a time in life that would be filled with plenty of late nights and endless demands for your time and attention from both devices and people. The notion of unplugging and recharging is even more important because we are living in a hyper-connected world. In going forward, let all of us show responsibility to our community, to our world, no matter how big our aspirations are. Whether we are in engineering, finance, or accounting, we must not solely focus on selfish idols, prestige, or aspiration of grandeur. Rather, we must challenge ourselves to help others in the era of regime change. Again, I would like to extend a wholehearted congratulations to all of you and wish you all the very best in continuation of your journey. Thank you.
Chancellor, faculty, fellow graduates, and distinguished guests. Here is a fun fact. I have asked friends and family how many varieties of apple there are in the world, and I've had answers ranging from as low as 10 to as high as 200. Everyone is absolutely amazed when I tell them that our friends at Google believe there are over 7,500 varieties of apple. Isn't that amazing? I bet most of you are wondering, what could an esteemed graduation ceremony possibly have to do with apples? Perhaps some of the more tech-savvy amongst you are anxiously awaiting some sort of link between Google and this delicious fruit. Well, I would like to take this opportunity to quote the Nobel laureate George Bernard Shaw when he said, "If you have an apple and I have an apple and we each exchange these apples, we are each left with an apple. But if you have an idea and I have an idea and we exchange these ideas, we are each left with 2 ideas." Macquarie University has been a greenhouse for our personal growth and development. It has offered an encouraging learning environment, and we have been tended to by passionate, experienced, and an adept faculty who have communicated so many invaluable ideas to us. And for this, I will be forever grateful. One of my favorite aspects of this course is that the lecturers are able to support their academic knowledge with the experience accrued from excelling in a professional arena. I have made many wonderful friends throughout the course. I encourage all of you to maintain these connections. And if we haven't had the pleasure of crossing paths, please do reach out. I value being a member of this prestigious alumni, and I wish you all the very best, as I am sure you will continue to nurture the seeds that have already been planted. Our paths all converge for a moment today, and as we all celebrate, I would like to leave you with one last idea. When you walk with purpose, you collide with destiny. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Vikas, and thank you, Richard, for those reflections on your time at Macquarie. Vikas, congratulations on your 2 degrees, Master of International Business with a Master of International Relations, and Richard on his Master of Applied Science. Finance. This is the first time we've had a double act, and I think it's a good idea. So you might have started off a tradition here. Thank you to both of you. Congratulations on your graduation. Thank you for your fine speeches, and I hope both of you keep a very close contact with Macquarie University throughout your life. Well done, thank you. I think that's it. that wasn't too bad, was it? That glorious voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer. And I'm rather sad this afternoon because this afternoon is the last of our 15 graduation ceremonies in this September series of graduations. So I won't be hearing Angela sing, I think, for about another 7 months. And I'm not sure I can wait that long. She really is absolutely fantastic. We've had the pleasure of her singing at all of our graduations this series. She sings at nearly all of the graduations, not all. So you've been lucky that she sang today, because on the odd occasion Angela can't make it, I do the singing. So you're very lucky. I think she deserves another enormous round of applause. And so too to our fabulous musicians on the organ over there, Dr. James Forsyth. And on the Chinese flute, Dr. Chai Chang Ning. And sitting close to them over there are some of our alumni volunteers who come along to all of our graduations to help out and make sure that your graduation runs smoothly. I'm sure you'd like to thank them as well. Now, I mentioned that this is the last of 15 graduations in this series, and they've all been superbly organised by our graduation unit, which is headed by Lexi Walker, and I'm sure you'd like to join your hands to thank Lexi and her team in the graduation unit. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it's certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of more than 160,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support, and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And graduates, please make sure you come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, attend alumni events, or perhaps to use our aquatic and fitness facilities. But whenever you come back, you'll always be most welcome. Well, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges. But like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either, because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities, matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life, or a great career, or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you, wherever you go, to go with all your heart, and in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm now going to ask you to do a couple of things. Graduates, would you now please stand? Now I want you to place your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free, and I want you to turn around to face your families and your friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Well, graduates, we can turn around now, but don't sit down because we'll be moving out in just a moment. And by the way, there are some people behind me on the dais, the representatives of our academic community, who've also been very important in your journey through Macquarie, and I'm sure you'd like to put your hands together for them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in just a second I will lead the official party out, and it will be my great honour to invite our newest graduates and all of you to join us for some refreshments in the marquee overlooking the lake. Would you all now please stand? And ladies and gentlemen, would you remain standing until the last of the graduates have processed out? And then after them, I'd like you to all join us in the academic procession down to the marquee. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for your future. And in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Graduates, good luck.